Hello and welcome to this video on how to get bigger gains at the gym. Bodybuilding tips for beginners. Bodybuilding can be a challenging and rewarding experience, but it's important to have a solid plan and approach in order to achieve your goals. In this video, we'll be sharing some tips and tricks that will help you get the most out of your workouts and build the body you want. Tip 1. Focus on compound exercises. The first tip is to focus on compound exercises. These are exercises that target multiple muscle groups, such as deadlifts, squats, and bench presses. By incorporating these exercises into your workout routine, you'll be able to work multiple muscle groups at once, which will help you build strength and size more efficiently. Compound exercises are great for beginners because they don't require a lot of equipment and can be done in a limited space. Additionally, they are some of the most effective exercises for building muscle, as they target the largest muscle groups in your body and stimulate the greatest amount of growth hormone production. The second tip is to increase resistance progressively. As you get stronger, it's important to continually challenge your muscles by increasing the weight you lift. By doing this, you'll avoid plateauing and continue to see gains. Start with lighter weights and gradually increase the weight over time. This is important because your muscles will adapt to your current routine and you'll need to increase the resistance to continue seeing gains. Aim to increase the weight by 5 to 10% every 2 to 4 weeks. This will ensure that you're challenging your muscles and making steady progress. Tip 3. Ensure proper form. Tip number 3 is to ensure proper form. Good form helps to minimize the risk of injury and maximize the effectiveness of each exercise. It's also important to engage the right muscle groups during each exercise to get the most out of your workout. If you're not sure how to perform an exercise properly, consider working with a personal trainer or watching online tutorials. Good form is especially important when it comes to compound exercises, as they are more complex and require a higher level of technique. Make sure you have proper posture and technique before attempting heavy weights. And finally, tip number 4 is to train regularly. Consistent, regularly scheduled workouts are key to making progress and achieving your goals. Find a routine that works for you and stick to it. Whether it's 3 times a week or 6, make sure you're hitting the gym consistently. If you miss a workout, make it up as soon as possible. Consistency is key to making progress, and the more you work out, the faster you'll see results. Tip 5. Fuel your body with the right nutrients. In addition to exercise, it's also important to fuel your body with the right nutrients. Eating a balanced diet with plenty of protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats will help you build muscle and recover from workouts. Aim to consume at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and make sure you're getting enough carbohydrates to fuel your workouts. Additionally, make sure you're staying hydrated, especially before, during, and after your workouts. Tip 6. Get enough sleep and reduce stress. Finally, it's important to get enough sleep and reduce stress. Sleep is when your body repairs and rebuilds muscle tissue, and it's essential for muscle growth. Aim to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night and try to avoid staying. Tip 7. Focus on progressive overload. The 7th tip is to focus on progressive overload. This means gradually increasing the resistance, weight, or number of reps you perform for each exercise. This is a key factor in promoting muscle growth and helping you get bigger gains at the gym. Start with a weight that allows you to perform 8 to 12 reps for each exercise and gradually increase the weight over time. As you get stronger, aim to increase the weight or number of reps each week. Tip 8. Don't neglect cardio. Tip number 8 is to not neglect cardio. While bodybuilding is primarily focused on resistance training, incorporating some cardiovascular exercise into your routine can be beneficial for overall health and muscle definition. Cardio can also help to increase your endurance and recovery time, allowing you to work out harder and longer. Aim to include at least 20 to 30 minutes of cardio in your routine 2 to 3 times a week. Tip 9. Warm up before workouts. Tip number 9 is to warm up before workouts. A proper warm-up is essential for preparing your muscles for intense exercise and reducing the risk of injury. Start with 5 to 10 minutes of light cardio and then perform some dynamic stretching exercises to loosen up your muscles. This will help you get the most out of your workouts and minimize the risk of injury. Tip 10. Don't overdo it. Tip number 10 is to not overdo it. It can be tempting to try and do too much too soon, but it's important to avoid overtraining. Overtraining can lead to injury and muscle fatigue, slowing your progress and making it difficult to reach your goals. Listen to your body and don't push yourself too hard. Make sure you're allowing your muscles adequate time to rest and recover between workouts. Tip 11. Focus on mind-muscle connection. Tip number 11 is to focus on mind-muscle connection. This means consciously engaging and focusing on the muscle you're working during each exercise. By doing this, you'll be able to get the most out of each exercise and ensure you're targeting the right muscle groups. This is especially important when working with lighter weights, as it can be easy to rely on momentum instead of muscle activation. Tip 12. Stay motivated and consistent. And finally, tip number 12 is to stay motivated and consistent. Bodybuilding can be a long-term process, and it's important to stay motivated and focused on your goals. Surround yourself with positive influences and set achievable goals to help keep you on track. Consistency is key, and the more you work out, the faster you'll see results. Stay focused, stay positive, and keep pushing yourself. Tip 13. Focus on nutrition. Tip number 13 is to focus on nutrition. Proper nutrition is essential for building muscle and achieving your bodybuilding goals. Make sure you're eating enough protein to support muscle growth, and aim to include a variety of nutrient-rich foods in your diet. This means eating plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats. It's also important to stay hydrated and aim to drink at least 8 glasses of water each day. Tip 14. Get enough sleep. Tip number 14 is to get enough sleep. Sleep is essential for muscle recovery and growth, and it's important to make sure you're getting enough. Aim to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night, and avoid activities like watching TV or using your phone before bed, as these can interfere with your sleep quality. Tip 15. Use supplements wisely. Tip number 15 is to use supplements wisely. While supplements can be a helpful addition to your bodybuilding routine, it's important to use them wisely. Always read the label and make sure you understand the recommended dosages, and talk to your doctor or a qualified nutritionist before starting any new supplement regimen. Some common bodybuilding supplements include protein powders, creatine, and BCAAs. Tip 16. Experiment and find what works for you. And finally, tip number 16 is to experiment and find what works for you. Bodybuilding is a personal journey, and what works for one person may not work for another. It's important to find what works best for your body and to be open to trying new exercises, workout routines, and techniques. Experiment, listen to your body, and never be afraid to try something new. Tip 17. Increase resistance progressively. Tip number 17 is to increase resistance progressively. As you get stronger, it's important to gradually increase the weight you're lifting. This helps to challenge your muscles and promote continued growth. Aim to increase the weight you're lifting by 2.55 pounds each week, or by 5-10% each week if you're using machines. Tip 18. Pay attention to form. Tip number 18 is to pay attention to form. Good form is essential for preventing injury and maximizing results. Make sure you're using proper technique on all exercises and never sacrifice form for heavier weights. If you're not sure how to perform an exercise correctly, consider working with a personal trainer or watching instructional videos. Tip 19. Stay motivated. And finally, tip number 19 is to stay motivated. Bodybuilding can be a challenging journey, and it's important to stay motivated in order to achieve your goals. Set realistic goals for yourself, track your progress, and celebrate your accomplishments. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family, and consider joining a bodybuilding community where you can connect with others who share your interests and goals. And that's it for this video on how to get bigger gains at the gym, bodybuilding tips for beginners. We hope these tips help you get the most out of your workouts and achieve your bodybuilding goals. Remember, consistency is key, and the more you work out, the faster you'll see results. Good luck and happy bodybuilding!